Just how important is it for Dundee that this game is at Danes on Saturday? Win the game guarantees the playoff. Is that relevant, the fact that it's at Danes?
I don't think so. But it's always great to be back at home comforts. We know our home surroundings. It's just obviously I so want to miss with the fans because the fans was here. That's your extra man we've got there. Obviously the magnitude of the game, but the boys are well drilled, and we all know that it's a massive game. So regardless of where we're playing, we'd always be up for it anyway. We know what's at stake.
And at this point in the season, obviously, Raith Rovers, although they've guaranteed themselves a playoff place, they want that second spot. So it's going to be a cracking game, basically, with both teams going at it.
Yeah, it should be a great game. Both teams that are going to go at it, as you said, and both two good teams, that are fighting out for that second place. And I think that's to make sure that we're hungry and at it on the day, and hopefully we pick up 3 points and keep on our tails.
How important is it just to focus on the one game at a time thing? Forget about what else is happening. It really is, for this weekend, most important just to focus on one game at a time.
Yeah, it's massive. You've seen that over the last few years in the Championship. Consistency gets you far in it, and you can only think about your next game. And as soon as the game finished in Inverness, we dusted ourselves down, disappointed not to get the 3 points, but immediately in the bus on the way home that we were ready to switch our mentality onto the game on Saturday.
Well, James, 2 games to go now. Raith Rovers this weekend. I suppose if you want to try and get second, this is a must-win game. Where are your priorities at the moment? Is it playoffs or is it second spot?
First priority is secure the playoff. I think what comes with that is if you win this game, then you guarantee that. So I think in a normal circumstances, I would say my priorities are the playoffs, which they are. Look, we need to secure that first and foremost, but I think you can add the two of them together this week, and you win the game, you've secured the playoffs, and you're giving yourself a very good chance of finishing second. How
important is it to go, if you were to finish in the playoffs, to go in with winning games? Obviously, you've drawn the last few, some good points some can look at from away from home against your rivals. But how important is it to go into the playoffs winning games as opposed to drawing your way there?
I think performances are really important. Above all else, the draw at Dunfermline, a game we should have won. We didn't, and that way people come back and say we should have won the game the other night. We got a goal chopped off, and then we shot ourselves in the foot. We giving a silly goal away, but first half I thought both teams were poor. That's not the right way to use it, because I don't want to talk about Neil's team, but I thought first half both teams just cancelled themselves out. We were poor. Second half, even when it was 11v11, when we made the changes, I thought we were the dominant team in the game. We were better than what we were in the first half, certainly. So, in the end, we weren't happy. We never get the point, but second half performance was good. Performance at Dunfermline was decent enough. And then you dare United one where you probably weren't as dominant at Ayr as we were at Dunfermline, but you won the game 3-0. So again, I'm working my way around that question. Wins are important, yes, but when you get into playoffs, it's cup football really. It's you just win your games, or you find a way to get through a tie. It's two-legged games, so you can draw one and win one, you can lose one and win one and still get through. So it's just about first and foremost getting in these playoffs, and then we'll deal with what's in front of us there when we're in them. Basically, it's too early to say what are or how we're going to approach them, because we're not in them yet, and I don't want to tempt fate. But when we're in the playoffs, then it's just about getting through to the next tie, whatever stage that is.
Do you pay attention at all to your rivals' run-ins as such, that their final 2 games? I mean, you look, obviously one of your rivals has to go to Hearts. Do you pay attention to any of this, or is it just completely all focus on your remaining 2 games?
I love football, so I know who's playing who. This league's the league I'm working in, and the league I'm trying to get out of, so I know exactly who's playing who. I know exactly what repercussions will come for results. So how much attention do I pay to it? Other than knowing and having a look at it, very little, because I know that it's in our hands. We take care of our game. We played the way we did in the first half, and we'll lose to a very good Raith Rovers side. Stress that to the players, we know that. First half of Tuesday night, of course. But we hit the heights that we know we can hit, then we'll get a positive result, and then it's in our hands, and it's irrelevant what happens elsewhere. So I don't pay too much attention to who's playing who or where or what will happen in those games, because I want to secure our playoff place down to us, not down to default by anybody else.
How much of an impact do you think the players who have started to return from injury could have on the closing stages of the season? Obviously, we're speaking to Jordan McGee earlier, Alex Kubiak earlier in the week. How much of a role do you think they've got to play in these remaining games?
I think they could have a crucial role. I've seen the standard of training pick up since I've come back. Two very good players. We've got Jordan Marshall, who's really close to coming back in as well, which again adds to our squad. And he's a fantastic player, and we somehow we're topping him up, and we somehow need to get him on the pitch, which we will at some point. And Jordan's obviously come in and done well. Looks like he's never been away. So yeah, they'll have a massive part to play between now and the end of the season.